This is our last one, number 8. Is that number 8? That's what it is. And we hope you've enjoyed the series, and hopefully you have enjoyed being together in groups, and maybe continue groups, or maybe however you want to do that. But we're just excited to be together, and we're going to end today on just the vine. I love this idea of when Jesus says, I'm the vine, and then he talks about you're the branches, and abide in me and remain in me. The context that this came out, though, is in the 15th chapter of John, and at this point, this is right after the supper, where they took the bread and the wine, but it's also right before the cross. So in these chapters, it's actually considered to be called the farewell discourse. It's not a farewell tour, but something, because it's you kind of get away from the crowd's teaching to more of the individual teaching. He's now teaching the 12 disciples, because it goes into more of an urgent conversation, more of almost like a pain of saying farewell, of saying goodbye, but also into like more narrow, saying the most important things. It's interesting as we look at it, but also becomes more personal. I think the conversations he's having with his disciples at this point is more personal, and saying, you need to remember these things. And he's trying to tell them, I'm going to be gone, so keep these things super important. So this is kind of that farewell area of time where he's discussing with the disciples. And during that time, he speaks about this as, I am the vine and you're the branches. This is also during the time of the Passover, where and the Lord's Supper, where they are drinking wine. But from the point of where they're at walking to where they need to go, they do pass a lot of vineyards along the way. A lot of the structures at that time too used vineyards and stuff as different things, and they had wine with meals. So this illustration is huge. It's all part of their culture. And so everybody understands the vine and the branches. It's something that's common in their day. So the reason this is important is because it relates to them in every way. It relates to them. And so the shock comes when Jesus says, I'm the vine. Because in the Old Testament, Israel is related to the vine, producing bad fruit, or the vine of the lineage, or whatever it may be. So when Jesus says to him, I'm the vine, he's now saying it transfers from that metaphor to all this is who Jesus is. The root comes from him. Like he sustains everything Israel was supposed to be is now fulfilled in who Jesus is. If you want life, stay connected. If you want hope, stay connected. If you want to have character, stay connected. If you want fruit, stay connected. Remain in him. And that's what he's saying. Jesus is giving them a command. And this is not a command to just the 12. This is a command to all of us. And honestly, if we can get this right, we get everything right. Which he says, abide in me. Remain in me. If you do this, then the promises will come true, that you will produce fruit, that you will be, he might prune you, but if you remain in him and you're connected, you're not just visiting with Jesus, you're connected. Like you're in connection. And you will find your identity more the more you abide in him. The more you remain in him, you will find who you are, what you're called to be, who you are, and you'll find your source of life. You will find everything. So in your group, I just want you to read this, if you can, John 15, 4 through 11. Read that and then discuss this in your group if you can. But I think it's just not a strategy plan. It's a relationship plan. Abide in me. And I love that he says it that way. Go ahead in your group.